Welcome back to Wicked Wands Tarot. My name's Carmen, and tonight I wanted to do a Divine Masculine reading and see what we could get as far as a message from Spirit. Lately, I've been starting off my readings with some Tattoo Tarot to identify the energies. We've got the Ten of Pentacles. That's an awesome card to get right off the bat. That is generational wealth, or basically just stability all around, having everything that you want. And then we've got the Wheel of Fortune. I often see this card as karma, so getting, the comeuppance for either your good or bad deeds. I think I'm going to ask for two more here. All right, and then we've got the Empress. I'm going to put that with the Wheel of Fortune, especially because the Empress is often seen as a mother or somebody who is bringing something into creation that's, remarkable or exceptional. But it looks like this other energy has a lot going on as well. All right, so we've got, this is how it came out for me, the King of Wands and the Ten of Wands. So because it came out with the Ten of Wands below it like that, I really feel like this means that the King of Wands has overcome some serious battles, and that's why the Ten of Pentacles is here. Great to have some double numbers there as far as the 10-10. That speaks to endings or completions, maybe leveling up. All right, so then we've got the Fool and the Five of Wands. So the Fool is blindfolded, and in this particular deck, I do take the Fool to be more of somebody who's just kind of taking a blind leap of faith because of the blindfold. And there's not like a cliff, but there is a mountain behind them. And a feather, which I take to be a symbol for divine guidance. So whoever is taking this leap of faith, they're doing so with either some really strong intuition or just inner knowing in terms of what general direction they're supposed to go. And then the Five of Wands, I would say, speaks to something behind, because literally it's behind her, that she's overcome in terms of adversity or having to defend maybe how she does things or what she wants to do. And remember, gender in tarot can reflect different genders, so we all have masculine and feminine energies. So even though it's the Empress or the King, remember it could be reversed in terms of gender. Ooh, that fell out really nicely. And we have the Two of Cups. This speaks to true love or a soulmate. We're going to clarify that in a little bit. It did come out after the Five of Wands, which could mean there was adversity in the relationship, or it could mean the love follows the adversity. Okay, interesting. So the Ten of Wands came out, but this time in reverse. I don't really read this deck in reverse, but if you recall, that came out with the King of Wands at the beginning. And then we also have the Tower. It makes a ton of sense for these two cards to come out together because one means you really can't handle any more. It's, you know, a bird falling to its death, I would assume. And the Tower represents secrets coming out or an ending, basically a difficult decision or a difficult event. So because the Two of Cups is surrounded by difficulties in terms of the Five of Wands and the Ten of Wands, and then of course the Tower, it would appear that the romantic relationship was probably doomed or did not go well or maybe didn't even start. And then this card flipped over but didn't fall out. This is the Death card. This is Scorpio energy, by the way. And this would be often indicative of change, but it can also mean an ending. So to me, that confirms that this Tower moment was the end of the relationship. All right, so let's clarify with the Everyday Tarot. Whoop. All right, so we've got the Seven of Swords in reverse. Here's the Seven of Swords upright. It's actually one of my least favorite cards. It can speak to dishonesty or betrayal, colluding, but it was in the reverse, which I'm pretty confident in this deck is just accelerated awful. All right, and then we have the Moon, and that was also in the reverse. The Moon is Pisces energy, and if it's in the reverse, to me that's saying that this Five of Wands was probably gossip related, or maybe a group of people being dishonest with one of you. And then we have the Ten of Swords. So this is very similar to the Ten of Wands. By the way, that means we now have the Ten of Pentacles, the Ten of Wands, and the Ten of Swords out. So that's some nice numbers. That should mean you have some good things ahead of you, especially if you were making good decisions. All right, so we've got the Ace of Cups in reverse. Ace of Cups speaks to an offer of love. If it's in the reverse, that would suggest to me that someone was not honest or not committed to the offer of love. So either it didn't happen in the first place or it just was kind of not respected. All right, let's just take those two. And then we've got the Tower. Let's clarify that for you. Oh, wow. Okay, so the Nine of Pentacles flipped over. Nine of Pentacles is achieving stability on your own, not needing other people. Possibly, I mean, you can see here the female person here is pregnant and probably could be a sign either of fertility or actually like creating something like a project. So in the context of the Tower, it could quite honestly be that deciding whether or not to move forward with a pregnancy was the Tower moment, or finding out that someone was pregnant was the Tower moment, just in general. Ooh. All right, and then we've got Death. It didn't come out earlier, but it flipped over. Here it's coming out with the Lovers, both of them upright. Death is going to speak to change, and the Lovers speaks to making a decision. Sometimes it does actually mean in love. If we're talking about these two coming out together, kind of as like a final look here, I think it means that somebody's decided they have to make a change. They have to be a better person. They have to like fight for what they actually want. All right, so just a warning, I'm going to use these Magic 8-Ball cards here in a couple of minutes to answer 3 yes or no questions. So either write them down or think of them before I actually start turning over the cards. Let's see. And we're going to pull just a couple of cards from Kipper to see what is lying ahead for you. All right, so we've got pathway and concern. Okay, so the most prominent thing to me here is we have another repeating number. We have 3-3, which often means change, which aligns quite nicely to the last pair that we had with death. So I think this to me says there are people that maybe don't really like that you're changing, that are around you. Maybe they benefit somehow from you being the way that you are right now. And then we've got pathway. So that seems to just kind of validate what I just said, just as far as knowing which way you want to go in life and not really letting other people make that decision for you. All right, and then we've got one of my favorite cards. This is called Thoughts. So we've got a guy painting, and he's painting a woman. So there might be a change in plans for you or an inspiration in plans for you that has, root in a relationship that you want or a relationship that you want to maintain. But be careful, there's a false person. All right, who's this false person? Actually, who's this false person? All right, so we've got 6 of Pentacles, which is equal give and take, the Emperor, and the 3 of Wands. So the 3 of Wands here definitely seems to speak to messages more so than normal. 3 of Wands would be more about ships coming in. So this seems to be suggesting somebody who is waiting for your reply or maybe just your phone call. They might own their own business or have some other kind of intimidating personality or just kind of like a bad bitch kind of attitude. And then we've got the six, oh yeah, sorry, we talked about that. The Six of Pentacles, equal give and take. This is someone who wants victory, so they'd maybe be somebody who's pretty competitive or have good luck. And then we've got the Four of Swords and Eight of Wands. So this is somebody who is known to take their time in terms of putting together a plan, and then they take action quite fast. So somebody is pretty good at sizing other people up and putting together strategies. So that's your false person. Okay, so now let's see what we get for the 3 yes or no questions. I don't know if you ever had a magic ball when you were younger. Sorry, magic 8 ball, but those are fun. Definitely asked way too many lame questions of it, and I don't have one. I should get one. But they would, come back with answers like absolutely or not today in that voice. All right. Question 1. Are you ready? As long as you're ready. And you have to be honest with yourself about that. Sometimes we're not. LOL, definitely not. Just flipped out. Well, flipped over. So some of you definitely aren't honest with yourselves. So maybe check with a friend if you're ready. Question 2. Ooh. Okay, this is a very strong negative. We got never and negative coming out at the same time. So that's question 2. All right, question 3. All right, yes. I think that speaks for itself. That's a great way to end the reading, hopefully. I don't know, maybe you didn't want the yes, right? Either way, if you want more Wicked Wands Tarot, I'm on Instagram at Wicked Wands Tarot, and you can also request a personal reading at wickedwandstarot@gmail.com. Thanks for your likes, comments, shares, and subscribes, and have a great rest of your day.